Hey everyone, it's just a quick hit. It's David. It's the end of the Thanksgiving weekend. I am I the only one? I'm still going through all the data on BravoCon. Yes, yes, yes. We have lots more to talk about. Let's just end. We had this little BravoCon roundup the other day. Can't we just end the weekend in a fun way? I just want to do a bunch of BravoCon hits once again. Maybe I'll move on from BravoCon after this chat, but this to me is so much fun. So just a couple of things, nothing we have talked about. We have not talked about any of these items just yet. So, a couple of things which stand out to me as my favorites. Um, I still love these games where it goes around and around and the thing lands on someone. And then Andy asks the question, or actually, he asks the question first, then it lands and it lands, and you're thinking, like, who do I want this to land on? And then it lands on the person that you want it to land on. So I love when it comes to Tamra and they ask Tamra who is the thirstiest housewife and she says Stacey Rush. The audience boos her. The audience boos her, and Stacey has no problem putting Tamara in her place. And she's like, "They're booing you, boo. Listen to the people. You better choose someone else." And as amazing as that is, Andy Cohen is in love with Stacey. If you haven't seen this clip, it's like she is like checking Tamara, one of the rat that scuddies, one of the longest running housewife ever of all time. And here Stacey Rush is checking her. And that's great. She can hold her own. But Andy is like, as he's already said, he's totally amused with Stacey. He is like so proud of his little Stacey that she is going up against, the longest running housewife, and she doesn't give a shit. And she's telling her, you better choose someone else, boo, because the audience is booing you. I loved it. Andy loved it. I thought that was really funny. Um, it turns out that Miss Rush is not afraid of anyone. Not only is she going for Tamara, but then they said, who is the rudest housewife of all? And it goes around and around and it lands on Stacey Rush. And she says, oh God, should I say this? Kyle. Kyle was the rudest to her. She said that, she has wanted to meet Kyle so bad, and she was so excited to meet Kyle, and she finally met her. And it's typical Stacey Rush. I am so sorry. I'm sneezing. In typical Stacey Rush fashion, do I have a cold? Excuse me. In typical Stacey Rush fashion, she, instead of just saying Kyle's a fucking bitch, she's like, I was so excited to meet her and she was less than gracious. I love that. I love Stacey. And Andy's making a face like, oh boy. And then Erica apologizes. She's on the same panel and she's like, I'm sorry. This really has nothing to do with me. But, I feel like I should apologize for Stacey. Yeah, I feel like I should apologize for her. So I thought that was kind of great. I thought that was kind of amazing. I thought that was kind of wonderful. And then Reza later on, or he chimes in, or they ask him who the most overrated housewife is, and he says that it is Kyle Richards. So poor Kyle. Kyle's getting it from every end, and there you go. So, but Stacy totally favorite, and poor Kyle. And oh, speaking of Miss Tamara Judge, saying that she thinks that Stacy is the thirstiest housewife. I love this. I'm sure you guys have seen this by now, but I told you guys are shady and you don't care. You'll ask anything. So an audience member got up to ask a question. It was a panel. I don't know the name of the panel, but it was Melissa Gorga, Messy G. It was Kyle, and it was Tamara. So the audience member gets up and she's like, I don't mean, and she's like, Tamara, the question is for you. I don't mean any disrespect by this. And Tamara's like, oh, here it comes. And Kyle is like, uh-huh. Melissa Gorga's like, thank God it's not about me and Teresa. Well, I don't mean any disrespect by this, Tamara. The rat that's goodies. So I don't mean any disrespect by this, but do you really think you don't lie on the show? Brilliant question. And Tamra denies her lies. And she's like, no, no, I do not lie on the show. And then the audience member's like, but like you said, you never did a background check on anyone. And she's like, I never have. I've never done a background check. I'm not Louis Reyes. I'm not Bo Dietl. I'm not Margaret Josephs. This is not Jersey. I don't do background checks. And the audience member says, but we saw the screenshots from Shannon's phone where, like, you told Shannon that you did a background check, on Ryan. You remember you guys were friends and you told Shannon this and it was in a text that you did a background check. So, like, you do lie on the show and you just lied here because you said you never did a background check. But Shannon's text, you actually told her you did. And then she says, let's not believe everything that Shannon Bedore says. Tamara, the rat that's goodies, you were caught in your lies. But she denied she lies. What else can we say? Let's just do some quick hits. Do. JLL, Jeff Lewis. You guys love Mr. Lewis. Well, some of you do. Lots of you hate him. He shades Dorit. Someone said, say three nice things about Dorit. And I think he said, like, she's very pretty. She is thin and which is not really a good thing. You could be thin, you could be fat. We have all types of bodies. But I think the audience, someone gave him that answer because he couldn't think of three. And then he said, I would say she's a good parent, but Jeff Lewis slams Dorit, shades her where it hurts. You're a bad mother. Bam. What else can we talk about here? We talked about Tamra. Um, Ashley Darby had to do Marry, Shag, Kill, which I also love this game. And they give her Carl, Luke, oh no, sorry. They give her Carl and they gave her Mauricio. And well, my story doesn't really make sense because I have no idea who else they gave her. But she said she would kill Carl because she's been with Luke and that would be a conflict of interest. And she said that she would fuck Mauricio, which everyone said, well, lots of people would. I don't know what this whole shit with Mauricio and People magazine and doing this. I mean, look, I don't want to talk about anyone's age, but that is a midlife crisis right there. I don't know what Mauricio was doing with these sexiest People magazine pictures. And the game makes no sense because she wants to fuck Mauricio, she wants to kill Carl, and I have no. Oh, she's. Excuse me, I could read my own handwriting now. She's gonna marry. Oh God, I mean, process of elimination. I hope Ashley. She wants to marry Craig Conover. The guy is too afraid to even sit on the panel for Southern Charm, opposite of Summer House. Okay, Denise Richards talks about Rinna. This is my 90s fantasy. They say, is there any housewife that you've ever had to come up against or have worked with that is